Ryan, that was a great poem.
Thank you, Kyle. Very nervous, but I think I'm getting used to it.
Right? You couldn't tell, and the community has really come out to the Poetry Slam this year. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, speaking of community, I'd like to talk to you about classroom community, if that's okay.
Let's do it. Sounds great.
Yeah, so I know it feels good to have positive relationships with your students and to see them interacting with one another, but beyond that, what is a benefit of having a positive classroom community?
There are many benefits, but first and foremost, we are responsible for teaching the whole child and making sure they're prepared to be successful in the world. Part of that is a sense of belonging, and so we want to make sure that students get that opportunity to feel that way. And the second reason is achievement and learning. Obviously, if you feel safe and part of the group where your ideas are accepted, you will share more. You will bring your thoughts to the table. You will be more open to listening to others. That's where learning happens, between students and their peer groups. We need to create that to see the learning gains.
Yeah, great. So if you have a student who is on the outside, who maybe other students even ignore them or they don't want to participate, how can you make sure that you're incorporating that student into your classroom community?
Right, I think it really starts with never failing as a teacher to let the student know that their input is valued, that you want to hear it, that you care what they have to say. That is something that children need to hear from grown-ups. First, you lay the foundation of, I want to hear it. I know you have great thoughts. And the second thing is then you have to give them the opportunity. And to do that, you have to create a safe space. One really great way to do that is have a small group learning game or some low stakes activity where the chances of being embarrassed are low, and you stay with that group. You make sure that the child has an equal chance to participate and that other students are really helping that happen.
Well, as students do begin to gain trust, as they do begin to feel safe, then they start sharing their opinions, right?
Right.
And we know sometimes these opinions can differ.
Yeah.
So how do you keep these disagreements from undermining those positive relationships you've worked so hard to create?
Well, it's very important. And for me, it's all in the prevention of a situation like that escalating. Prevention starts with your routines and procedures. You need to say to yourself, how do I want this to look? What are my students doing? You teach them those procedures, you rehearse them, you model them, and when they understand those, you hold them to it. Inevitably, just like with all procedures, you may see that the students are starting to get more upset, and at that time, really the easiest way, and remember, make sure that students feel that input is valued, you say something like, wow. What a discussion. We need to move on to the next point, and then you just keep teaching.
Those are great tips, Ryan. Thank you for sharing them.
Thank you, my pleasure.
Oh, look, here comes Gaspar to do his poem.
I love Gaspar.
Yeah, he's been working really hard on this one.
Lumberjack Backpack, a poem by me, Gaspar. I spend my days among the trees, a lumberjack enjoying the breeze. But the quiet of nature serves as my fuel to cast my mind back to my first day of school. With visions in my head of A+s to earn, I packed up my supplies, ready to learn. Education is an adventure, school is fun, an exciting journey that I'll share with my son. So even though today I am a lumberjack, I'll always remember my school backpack.